My biggest struggle with my confidence prior to starting the LeanFastRx would definitely be the amount of food noise that I had going on in my head. I was constantly thinking about what to eat, when I was going to eat, things that I was craving, particularly sweets. And then when I would get those things, then there was the guilt afterwards of all of the food that I consumed based on the hunger and the appetite that I was feeling that I had. The doubts or hesitations that I had before starting LeanFastRx probably centered around the injections. I was a little bit worried or nervous about that, but I found that that was really not an issue at all. It really basically is painless. And then I worried a little bit about the cost and would there be a prescription necessary? Would my insurance have to be involved? And I was actually happy that my insurance wasn't involved in this case. And it was very, very easy to get the prescription, and the communication was also made super easy for me. So those doubts or hesitations went away very quickly. I was also a little worried as to whether or not it would work for me, but it actually worked beautifully for me. So the thing that mainly attracted me to LeanFastRx was the microdosing. I really liked the fact that the research that I had done showed that it was small doses versus one large dose once a week. These were small, given a couple times a week. And I really did my research with a lot of other companies, and I found that the responses from other people who had tried it were having no side effects or very, very minimal, and yet having great success with the program. I also loved that people were indicating that the communication was so good, and I found that to be true as well for me. I also found that the ease of which things were delivered was good, and following the step-by-steps and directions was really easy as well. So I just really did my research and found that a lot of people were having great success with it. So that is what initially attracted me to it. What motivated me to try the LeanFastRx was the reviews that I read about the company itself, that it offered a meal program that gave you a lot of good recipes and ideas that were specifically tailored to you. I also read how good the company was at responding to questions, and I found that to be absolutely true. I can text a message and I get a reply very, very quickly. People are always very friendly. I've done many video conferences with LeanFast as well, and they're extremely helpful and polite. So that really was a big motivator for me, as well as the microdosing, again, with the very few side effects. So the visible signs that I've noticed since starting the LeanFastRx, it's been about almost 3.5 months now. Clothes fit much better. I'm back into wearing things that I haven't worn for a long time. I'm using a belt again, which is really nice. I feel much more comfortable in my skin. I definitely have noticed a difference on the scale, and as far as the waist and body measurements, those are all down as well. So I'm very encouraged by that, and it's been coming off at a nice rate rather than just all at once. So I haven't felt at all sick or had the side effects that I've heard other people have dealt with. So the impacts I've noticed, one is that I was struggling with high blood pressure pretty significantly prior to starting the LeanFastRx. I've been able to reduce my blood pressure medication significantly and actually been able to go off 2 of them. I was on 4, and the 2 that are remaining are much lower doses. My cholesterol is now back in normal ranges, which has not happened in a long time. Both the LDL and the HDL are normal. The triglycerides are back in the normal ranges. My doctor, I just saw her 2 weeks ago, and she was very, very happy. She said, whatever you're doing, you need to keep doing it. So that is one thing that I noticed personally. In the workplace, I have had people say, wow, you look really great. What are you doing? And I have shared that, particularly with some close friends who have been encouraged and are actually trying it themselves. Others around me have had positive reactions. My husband says that I look great. My friends have noticed a difference and have asked me about it. My doctor has said that what I'm doing is making a huge difference in my overall health, and that right there has been very encouraging for me. Internal shifts that I've noticed since starting the LeanFastRx, I definitely feel less bloated. Clothes are fitting better. When I come home from work, I'm able to relax and not feel like I need to head right to the kitchen and eat. I'm able to complete tasks without the constant food noise in my head. And then at night, I sleep significantly better, much more rested, and of course, a lot less inflammation. So that alone is really huge for me as well. If you're at all on the fence about starting the program, I would say jump in with both feet. You will not be disappointed. The company is wonderful to work with, and the results you will be very pleased with. I would say it's something that you will definitely not regret.